Okay, so I am going to show you how to test for nitrates in pool water using the Taylor's K-1128 nitrate test kit. So this is quite a process and timely. So I'm going to pause the video during some of the timing of this. So let's get started. Here's my block. This back part comes off. We're going to maybe do things backwards so you can see it. I'm going to take these two. These are on. There's 3 of them. I'm going to take the 2 middle ones. I'm going to take the 2 to the one to the right and the one to the left of the middle one. Excuse me. Okay. And we're going to fill those with sample water all the way to the 5 millimeter mark. I have sample water here. So on this comparator, there is a fogged side and a clear side. The fogged side is going to go inside like that, okay? And then we're going to take this bigger comparator and we're going to fill it up to the 25 millimeter mark. Everything you need is in the kit. I am going to be using the Taylor's Speed Stir just to help with the stirring process. And I'll put the little pill in there. So after I filled that to the 25 millimeter mark, I'm going to add 2 dippers of R-0921, and we're going to swirl that to mix. And it's little small dippers. We're going to swirl that to mix. Next, we're going to take R-0922. And we're going to take this larger dipper and put 1 scoop in. This has to swirl for about a minute, so I'm going to pause the video for a minute and we'll be back. Okay, we're at about a minute of swirling. Now I'm going to turn it off and we're going to wait 2 minutes and let this powder settle to the bottom. So I'm going to pause the video for 2 minutes. Alright, so our 2 minutes is up and you can see how much that zinc has settled to the bottom. So now we'll take another empty comparator and we're going to slowly pour this clear water into this comparator up to the 20.5 milliliter mark. So we're pouring slowly so none of the zinc ends up in our sample. There you go. So our next step is we'll add 2 dippers of R-0923. Again, it's going to be this little dipper here. We're going to swirl this until it's dissolved. If you don't have one of these Taylor speedsters, this would be your swirling procedure. This is how you would swirl. You can even put the cap on it if you're worried about splashing yourself. So we're swirling until it's dissolved. That looks pretty dissolved to me. So now this one, we are going to pour into that middle comparator, the empty one, that center slot of the comparator. And we're going to fill that up to the 5 milliliter mark. We're going to put it in the block, fog side facing that way, and we're going to wait 5 minutes. So I'm going to pause the video for 5 minutes and we'll come back. Okay, our 5 minutes is up. I scooted you guys in just a little bit so you can see what we got going on. Put this behind me, maybe that'll help. So at this point, the middle sample is the one that we've put all the chemicals in, the zinc powder. The other two is just regular sample water. So you want to adjust your block, and then each time you adjust it, you want to line those 2 white lines at the bottom up, and then compare the color until you get a match. So the middle one is clear, and then we have still 2 pink, so that's not right. So we go to the next option. It's actually the very first option, and then you would slide it this way and compare this middle color to match it up to these 2 colors that you see, okay? So the first option is 0. So this pool has 0 nitrates. That's how you would use the Taylor's nitrate kit. You're welcome.